Okay, so looking at this one, this is our next lab presentation. This will be the last set. So this is the first of the last three. We call this lab experiment number 4. This is about Ohm's law. The other two will need our knowledge on series and parallel connection. But let's have this first one. Maybe the other two, we will also combine it in one presentation because they have a similarity of things to gather. So let's start with this, and we will go to the simulator that we need also later on. Now, our objective is to verify the principles that governs the Ohm's law principle. So we will try to check. So basically, our Ohm's law principle is voltage is simply equivalent to I times R, or current times resistance. Now, the FET simulator that we will use here for this activity is known as the circuit construction kit that will involve the DC circuit. Now, the diagram for this activity will involve our knowledge or use of the simulator, the picture that we have there in our setup using Ohm's law. So our setup there probably, or our diagram, will simply involve one resistor and maybe a battery and some wirings. Now, to know the current and the voltage, then we need two measuring devices called the ammeter and the voltmeter, which are all part of our simulator circuit. So the procedure will be, of course, based on our demo later. Now, here are the columns of values that we'll be gathering, and the number of trials that we will have. We will have 5 values of resistances. And perhaps the way we will arrange our resistances is that we are going to make it in an increasing manner. So from the smallest to the highest resistance. So you will be the one who will assign the values of the resistance here based on the simulator that we will be having. Now, what we will be recording out of the simulator values. So we will have there a voltmeter, and the value reading of the voltmeter will be recorded in this next column, while the ammeter reading. So the ammeter is the one that measures current. So will be recorded likewise in this table. So correspondingly, for every resistances, we will record 2 values, the experimental voltage and the experimental current. Now for this last column here, so for example, the theoretical voltage. So the theoretical voltage will follow a computation. So the value that you recorded for resistance and the value that you recorded for current, you will multiply them and record the answer here in the theoretical voltage. Now, theoretical voltage, we call it theoretical because we simply use the Ohm's law equation. Now, for Ohm's law, the value of the current will be dividing voltage by resistance. So for this one, for this last column here, theoretical current, we call it ITH. Its unit, of course, is in ampere. We will divide the V value by the value of R. So another thing that you'll have to include in your table probably is the unit of measure. So for resistance, it's ohm or the omega symbol, V or the word volts for the voltage, and for the current, it's either letter A, big letter A, and or the word ampere or amperes. Okay, then you may go to the discussion, which will also involve about our knowledge principle in Ohm's law. Okay, now how do we now go to, or how do we now apply our knowledge or idea in Ohm's law? So okay, now we are going into, we now go to the simulator called circuit construction kit, which of course I already made available in our Canvas, or I will make available in our Canvas. Now we will go into the lab activity here. So we are going to press this choice here. We will open it up now, And let's run the lab activity. No? Now for our simulator, guys. No? Now there's a column here that will involve some labeling. So maybe you'll need to click this. Show current, and I think you need to show the conventional current, and from clicking the conventional current, we will see that it is flowing from positive to negative. Now the electron flow again is in the reverse direction. Now we have here two sets of meters. One is a voltmeter, so it has a voltage value. So there are two terminals here, positive and the negative one. Now you have also the ammeter. Now the ammeter is the one that measures the current. Now actually you can simply drag and use as many voltmeters and ammeters as you want. So basically pwede na nga damo di mo gamiton. So if you don't want or don't need it, you can simply return them. Now for it seems that the voltmeter dual lang ang pwede magamit. I think maybe because of the limited area of the interface, but I think the ammeter, you are allowed to use several ammeters here because the ammeters are quite small. Medyo gamay gawaya ang ammeter. So you can simply drag them back and return them when you don't need them. So you can put them back. Now, for our wire, so maybe you need also to click the values there. Now for your wiring, so we will have the wire here. You can stretch the wire. So for as long as you would want there. Maybe we'll need two sets of these wirings or more. You also have a battery. So we can probably move it up and